In today's video, I want to break down what a private practice dietitian can do on a Friday and share some examples of some of our clients. Firstly, I want to go over the role of a private practice dietitian. Now, this term is a pretty broad term. Private practice just means that you have a business that's not owned by a government entity. That means that you're privately owned. So that could mean that you do consulting work, online programming like memberships and courses, brand work, or it could mean that you're seeing clients in a one-on-one capacity, you're taking insurance or cash pay, or you have a group private practice where you've got clinicians working under you. There's a lot of different definitions of what a private practice means, a private practice dietitian. So firstly, we have to define, well, what do you mean by private practice dietitian? So in this context, I'm going to be discussing any type of dietitian that has their own business. That could be that they do consulting work, or it could mean that they are doing a combination of cash pay and insurance, etc. But they're their own boss. Let's just put it that way. So when you're your own boss as a dietitian, the next question would be, how do you spend your time? And what does it mean? What does it really look like to have that flexibility that many of our clients crave? A typical day for a dietitian in private practice can vary, but usually, at least for our clients, they block off times for specific things in the day. This is called block timing, right? And this is what I teach, and this is what our clients have learned how to do. And it's a really effective way for you to get a lot of important things done. And when we work together, I help you with your ideal day schedule and make some tweaks to optimize how you're using your time so that you're able to get more important things done and prevent burnout. So what that might mean is you're blocking off a day or two for no calls. It also might mean that you're taking Fridays off, which is something that I recommend, and we've been working towards shifting to a 4-day work week here at Dietitian Boss, and we are helping our clients with that, and they've got different versions of working a shorter week as well, which is something that they really enjoy. So in order to achieve that, let's say we're reverse engineering, building a 4-day work week with Fridays off, that would mean that your work day as a private practitioner, regardless of if you offer a membership or a course or one-on-ones, would mean certain times of your day are themed. So that might mean in the morning you're working on something like a project. Maybe it's content where you need to be fresh, like you're making a video or you're creating some reels or TikToks. And then you've got a block of time in your day where you're working on admin, and it might not be a lot of time if you've got a virtual assistant, but you do need to check in, kind of see how things are going, make sure look at some of the metrics in your dashboard. It could be looking at your conversion rates and checking your sales calls if you're taking any, or looking at your sales if you've got a course or something and you want to see how it's going. You want to check into your work email. You might need to check in on clients, and that would be considered a combination of admin and perhaps some client delivery, meaning you're checking in on your clients or your team's clients. So if you're blocking off your day, let's say your morning, a block of your morning is going to be dedicated towards doing something that you need full concentration and energy for, then you've got a small portion of time where you're checking in with your team, you've got a lunch break, and then you might have 3 or 4 hours that you're dedicated towards either seeing clients or taking intake calls, discovery calls, etc. Or if you're taking less clients, like some of our clients, you might have only 1 or 2 days a week where you're taking client calls, and then you've blocked off specifically days or parts of the day where you're not taking any client calls. And this can depend drastically on if you're taking brand deals and you need to take conversations with people about those logistics, or if you're working with a team and you need to meet with your virtual assistant, which is what we recommend doing at least once a week. So there's a lot of nuances with this, but the concept is that you've got times of the day that are dedicated and earmarked for certain activities. A really easy way to do this is thinking about your day horizontally or vertically. Now, vertically is a little bit more advanced, so let's go with horizontal. If you're thinking of your day in a horizontal capacity, the morning block, let's say from 7 or 8 a.m. or 9 a.m., if we're going to be traditional, 9 to let's say noon, which is lunchtime, that's a horizontal block. That means that all the days through the week, let's say Monday through Thursday for the purpose of taking Fridays off, you're using that time block to fill with certain activities, and that might only be filled with 2 types of things. Maybe it's only content, or it's only team, for example. So you only do one of those 2 things every day of the week, or at least let's say 3 out of 4 days of the week. And then if we're looking horizontally at lunch, that means every day from 12 to 1, you're blocked and you're not taking calls, and you're taking that time to yourself to take a walk your dog, have some food, etc. And then let's say from 2 to 4, for example, even if it's just 2 days a week, because you're only working 2 or 3 days a week, you've got those time blocks dedicated to client care. That might be calls with clients, it might be charting and notes, it might be running a program, or it might be doing a sales call, but you've dedicated blocks of time where you're seeing and delivering service to clients, and blocks of time where you're working on content and marketing and other aspects of the business. This is a really good way to get your brain programmed to focus, because if you do anything any time of the day throughout the week, that's one of the fastest ways to burn out. And when I first started my business, I did that. I kind of fit things in where I could because I didn't have a lot of understanding of how to better schedule my day, and I was also managing multiple tasks. So our clients learn how to design their day, how to make adjustments based on their personalities, and leave some wiggle room. And I want to share a story about one of our clients. I'm not going to share who she is because I don't know if she's giving me permission or not, but she says she doesn't like to be boxed in. And if you can relate, let us know down in the comments, and I'll consider making a video dedicated to this particular topic. But her personality is not as structured, and she wants to have a lot of wiggle room, and that's totally cool. So we customize an ideal day for her where she has a lot of flexibility. And with that, she can choose per day or per week how she wants to kind of adjust her time frame. So she might have a block of time still, but it's a lot more flexible than saying you know only dedicated to do tasks. She can choose how she wants to use her time in that particular block. So remember, there's a lot of customization with how you want to block your schedule so that you can work a 4-day work week and take Fridays off as a dietitian in private practice. You're just gonna have to take some time reflecting on what feels good for you and your business and what helps you move the needle so that you can serve your clients and at the end of the day still feel good about what you do, because finding that balance is so important in private practice. So if you're wondering what a dietitian does on a Friday, when they're able to time block, look at their schedule and their goals, define what they're doing and what they're selling, they can create a really clear schedule about how they want to manage their time. And this will allow you to take the full Friday off. So what do dietitians do on a Friday? Well, our clients like to go to the spa, spend time with their families, travel. They like to read and reflect. They like to do yoga and perhaps go hiking and spend a lot of time with self-care and hobbies. Some of our clients also like to mentor other dietitians. And so it's a really good way for you to think about how you want to give back and what you want to do outside of your business, because your life outside of your business is just as, if not more important than your life inside the business, which is why I recommend having hobbies. And a lot of our clients are really focused on family, whether their family is their mom and dad, or their family might be their children or their partner. They're making time to spend with loved ones. And it's more possible to do that when you structure your day in a flexible form and give some wiggle room depending on your personality so that you can get the important things done and not drop the ball. And this will take some work and adjustment, but it's absolutely possible, and it's what we advocate here at Dietitian Boss. So I hope you found this video helpful, and if you're interested in learning how I schedule my day for an ideal day in my business, I want you to watch this next video to learn about my time management practices.